giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire.
Can't do anything for these edges. Anyway, hello. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. And welcome to the vlog for the last week of May. And I spent most of the weekend, I think how I said I was going to spend the most of the weekend, which was doing my video and working on designs for my store and starting to set up the new platform. Of course, it's not going to be finalized until I transfer the domain name over. So right now, everything is still Teespring. I'm hoping I can do it by the 1st of June. That would be a great way to start off my birthday month, is to have that all set up and done. I have some new designs. I tested it out on a friend. But that was fun. I have fun when I'm designing new stuff. And I'm not an artist. I don't draw. So make no mistake, I am not drawing these designs. But I do configure them myself. So, and I do, put things together myself visually. So I'm hoping that they work and that they're liked by everyone. And I'm still going to include the older designs into on the new platform too. And this platform is different in the way that it has membership tiers, and it has ways that people can make a donation to the store if they want to, which is really neat. I don't know if I foresee anyone doing that. I mean, if y'all love me enough, that's great. But if not, just buy the product. I'd be happy with that. But I don't know how to do the membership tiers thing, because I don't know how to do a membership to a storefront. I don't know how that would even work. Maybe I get all that straight this week. I am hoping to go and do some editing. I don't know what's on my list for today. I forgot what's on my list for today. Still thinking about doing I'm actually thinking about doing a mix, and Sky was on her stream, and then we chatted all weekend, and she was telling me about the challenge that she's doing, which I think it's some tweaks or whatever there's the it's not Katie Wismer's challenge. It's the 75 hard. Someone else started it. I have no idea who started the 75 hard for authors. But I saw Katie Wismer's video, and then I also saw LMA Books did a video on it. Then Jenistry has a 6 months to change her life challenge, which she calls 185 insane challenge, and 185 days is basically 6 months. So it's a 6 months thing. So I think Sky's doing 6 months. I think I want to do a mix of both. I think I want to do 90 days, and for 90 days straight, except for the exercise bit, because I do want to start trying to put some movement back into, even if it's little movement. And I'm kind of figuring like, okay, I tend to hurt myself every time I try to exercise now, but I had a shift in mindset over the weekend when I was thinking about this challenge, because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna hurt myself, and I'm in pain every day anyway, it just depends on the level of pain. If I'm gonna be in pain, it might as well be for a good ass reason. Now, I don't think, the challenge is you're supposed to do whatever the things you're working on daily, every single day. So I gotta figure out how that would work for the portion of the physical activity, because I've had actual training when I used to go to the gym. Even the trainers was like, Yeah, you don't want to work out 7 days a week every day. You need a rest day. You need two, theoretically, you need at least 2 good rest days so your body can recover. The healthiest person still needs 2 good rest days so their body can recover. You don't want to do every single day. So I'm trying to figure out how that works. Maybe 90 days, the physical activity, 90 days will go, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where my head's at. I need to do something to reinvigorate things. I need to get this book published this year. It'd be nice if I can get 2, but that's a long shot. Although, I will say, never bet against me and my long shots. But that's my update for right now for the beginning of this vlog, because it's already been 6 minutes and my vlogs are way too long. I'll be back. Bye. Hi. I was about to say I haven't done much. And I think I'm just so used to saying that on days that I go out, because usually when I go out, that drains me. But that would be incorrect. I have done stuff. Now, I haven't edited anything because that I do think that I may not have the mental fortitude to do that. But I have, however, not that page. I was gonna edit a chapter. I have it on my list, but that didn't happen. The document is open, but again, I don't have the mental fortitude to do that. I gotta work on the storefront. But I can do that because it's just graphic stuff. I did prep the next author interview. It's saved. So all I do is hit publish. And I did prep social media graphics, except for I did not make my thumbnails for my live streams. But I can do that. I did make my social media graphics. I did my errands. I posted my vlog. I did my devotional. So the only thing I did not do on this list is edit a chapter. I mean, I haven't worked on the fourth wall storefront, but I'm getting ready to, so I can just kind of cross that off. What was I do with my pen? Oh. Okay. Also, I've discovered something, that the read aloud feature on Microsoft Word, I don't hate it. I used it for like 10 seconds today just to test something out, because when I do finish editing chapter 10, I'm gonna edit with my eyeballs first, obviously. But when I go back to read 1 through 10, I think I'm going to use the read aloud feature. But when I used it, I was shockingly surprised. I mean, there was tone inflection. There was I was like, wait, that sounds about how I would want to hear it to my ear, how I would think it would be said. So growth. I'm using something I swore I would probably never use. And I didn't hate it. I did not hate it at all. I think it's just a tool that if I'm going to edit my own stuff, I have to use it, or I probably should use it. Just as many methods to edit my book in as many different ways as possible, so I can make sure that when I put it out, that it's right and it's good. So And when I'm reading my stuff aloud, I don't like the way I read stuff aloud. My book or anyone else's for that matter. I just don't like my reading voice. It was the one thing in school. It was one part of English class I hated because I love my English class, but they always made us read out loud. And we would take turns around the class and read certain sections of the book, and I hated when it got to my turn. I don't like my voice. Not my talking or reading voice. I can sing, or at least I used to be able to sing. Singing voice is fine, but I don't like my reading voice. Or my talking voice for that matter. So I always hated reading out loud. I still hate reading out loud, my stuff or anyone else's. So it's not something I enjoy. But I do think there's merit and there's value in knowing how something will sound to a reader's ear. And speaking of ear, I'm having ear issues again. Oh my gosh. Okay. But I'm gonna go probably do my Duolingo and then work on my storefront. I'll be back. That is my update for now. Okay. Excuse me. I'm calling it a night here. I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. I didn't get all the designs uploaded that I wanted to in the store just because there are quite a few of them. And I'm losing steam. My mental brain power is all but gone. It's that's not the right phrase. I have no idea what I'm saying. It's sort of gone. I don't really know. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. And it's only 3:42 in the morning. Now, I'm not actually going to bed just yet. The reason why is because I have to wait for these clips to sync on my computer. And sometimes they take a while and sometimes they don't take a while. I never know which it's going to be. But with that, I'm going to try to go to bed earlier than normal so that I can get up on it at a decent time and do some work. Good night. Bye. Hi there. The whole day might have gone by without me saying hi and acknowledging anything. I don't even think that I shot that many clips earlier just because I've been working on, what I'm supposed to have been doing was working on the outline and or editing. Both, really. At different times, of course. But what I ended up doing instead was working on the storefront. I spent most of the day that I woke up late to start with, so let's start there, which is really strange. It seems like, and it doesn't make sense to me, but it seems like the days that I actually go to bed earlier than the 5:30 new time that I set for myself, I wake up later. Like when I set the time for 5:30 and my alarm goes off between 11, well, I give myself snoozing time because I do snooze it like at least 3 good times. So it goes off at 11, but I usually try to get up by 11:30. Now if I go to sleep at 5:30, like my new time is, supposedly. I get up pretty much when I plan on getting up, still in the morning hour, but heading into afternoon, but when I plan to get up. But when I go to sleep, because I was really tired yesterday, so I actually got in the bed before 5 o'clock, like, okay, 5 minutes before 5. It's like 4:55. Needless to say, though, I got in the bed before 5 o'clock. So before my 5:30 time. Tell me how I woke up at 12:30 in the afternoon. I have no idea. Although that is 8 hours of sleep. But anyway, well, almost 8 hours. But it seems like the earlier I go to bed, the later I wake up, which baffles me because I'm trying to dial back my time so that I can get up earlier. But it doesn't seem to be working that way. Anyway, I got up when I got up. And I sat down. I had my little documentary in the background. This time about an interesting story about a nun who was killed in Baltimore, no less. Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm like, wait, I've never heard this story. It's called The Keepers on Netflix. Sister Catherine Sisnick. I might be saying her last name wrong, but I forgot what year it was that she was killed or whatever. But it might have been a cover up to cover up the bad acts that the priests were doing in the school that she was teaching at. Anyway, so that's interesting. So I had my little Netflix documentary in the background. I was watching, but I was actually mostly watching Stig and Becca's writer talk about this book that I now want to get called Right to Done Revised. Matt, oh God, now I can't even remember the man's name. Anyway, needless to say, I was watching that. I'll stick the link and the name of the book in the description at some point because I can't remember. For some reason, I cannot, for the life of me, think of what it's called right now. But I think it's Right to Done. And it's by Matt someone, and I cannot remember his last name. But anyway, which I now want that book because just so many good things from the stream that I heard. But in the midst of that, I was working on my storefront. So I have all of the designs that I want in the new storefront platform that I want to use. I've uploaded them all because it's a lot. And I'm not bringing all of the designs from the old store to this new one. And some of the designs from the old store I've upgraded, whichever one you want to call it, and freshened them up a bit. And I've added some new ones that weren't there before. So, and then I don't know that I'm going to create a different image for the storefront also. Because, I mean, if I'm going to make it a new storefront, I might as well, if I'm changing other things, I might as well change the image too. Because I think the image I had chosen, I kind of just went with that because that's what I found at the time. But now I can take my time, and I hadn't discovered Canva at that time either. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on. I haven't switched over the domain name yet because I know they said the domain name switch kind of thing is kind of the last step really before you hit publish and go live with the site. And I have to actually contact Teespring to have them release my domain, which is odd because I own the domain through GoDaddy, but they said because it's already synced up with my Teespring, I have to actually get them to release it. So I have to call them and release it, and then I can use it on Fourth Wall, which is the name of the platform that I'm going to use. But that'll be the last step, and I'm trying to get everything in place that I want on the site before I get to that last step. I'm going to try to create whatever promotional material that I want to drum up. And the reason why I want to do this before the 1st of June is because, if y'all know, I schedule my social media for the whole entire month in advance. So I don't want to get the storefront, everything halfway through June, and then I have all this social media, which is directing it. Well, it'll be directing it to Fourth Wall, but it won't. I want to create new ads and stuff like that. So if it's going to be fresh and new, I'd rather start it on the beginning of the month. So, all of that to say, this is a really long clip, and I'm going to go now because I wasn't supposed to talk this long. Bye. That's what I get for not coming on earlier. Bye. Not sure you caught that little sneak peek, but of what the new banner on my store is going to look like. I mean, you can go back and rewind and pause if you'd like, but frustrated because let me just ask, what is the point of a template if it is not going to actually fit the thing that it's a template for? I don't understand. They gave me the measurements. I found a template. I plugged in everything and it looks great in Canva. And then when I uploaded it onto the storefront site, it looked good, like on the back end. And then I hit save. Still look good on the back end. But then when when you're creating something and they have the button for you to click to go to what would be your site and what it would look like and what everyone else will see when they click on it. So when I clicked on that, then it's like, okay, the words were cut off at the bottom. And then when I went back and adjusted it awkwardly in Canva, mind you, against the template that they gave me, when I went and adjusted it so the words on the bottom part could fit, then the logo got cut off at the top. So I had to adjust that too. And I'm like, it would really help if the templates that you supply people with, if they fit, if they worked like they're supposed to. Anyway, so between that and watching Des and Dolores play, I think the name of the game is Repo. That is what I've been working on. So mind you that I haven't done any writing or editing, but I have been working. Even though now I feel like I'm such a slacker right now, but I have literally been working on this storefront all day. And the header and everything, and just, I would say I'm ready to chill, except for I have a few more things that I want to work on regarding the storefront. I am going, if I'm going to get some writing done tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see. When I'm having fun with this exercise is a different part of my creative brain, because while I'm not a graphic designer and would never presume to think I could start making my own book covers or anything like that, I'm not that graphically inclined. I do like to dabble and play around with graphics just to see what I can do. And I'll tell you, whenever I started playing around with graphics, long decades ago, we're not gonna talk about how old I am, but decades ago, I've definitely come a long way with learning how to maneuver certain graphics and manipulate them to look the way I want it to look, and to creating the designs in the store for the shirt. I didn't draw anything. Definitely, I'm not an artist in that way, but I've definitely found different things and configured them together to make its own thing, my own thing. And, in that way, I like to exercise that bit of creativity. It would be nice if I could ever get to the point where I could make my own book covers. But, I always like to say, I like to do what works for me, what I can do, and let other people do the thing they were gifted to do. I was not gifted in the art department. In the graphics, I wasn't gifted that way. And I'm fine with that. As long as I have my gift for storytelling, I'm good. Okay, anyway, I don't want this clip to be as long as the last one, so I'm going to go back to tinkering and watching them play the game, which is oddly exciting. Well, not exciting, but it's funny, and why not laugh while I'm being frustrated by Canva? Anyway, I'll be back. Bye. call it a night here. I don't know if you could call this day productive. If we're talking in terms of writing, it was not. I meant for it to be, I did. But my focus was on my store. And I really believe in my heart. I don't know if it's just wishful thinking or not. I really am starting to feel like the reason why things may not have worked so well over on the Teespring platform as far as getting customers in my store and everything is because maybe that was not the platform for me. But you know, you learn and you grow. It was a good starter platform, but I think that maybe Fourth Wall is a platform that kind of takes things to the next level. And I'll be honest, I'm not even entirely, I'm sure I'm ready for all of the things that they have on their platform. But something tells me, I just have a feeling. And like, I've been so close this last year to giving up on my store. Actually, when the domain name was up for renewal, I strongly considered just letting it expire and just giving up on my dream of having my online store altogether. And because, you know, it wasn't working, wasn't doing what I had hoped it would do. I wasn't even, still not even able to buy my own products just because of lack of money, but the ones that I have bought, I've loved. And people who I know who have bought some of the products in the store have also liked them. And, you know, haven't been able to get ads and all that great stuff. But I don't know. I've seen Fourth Wall being used by other content creators, other people, and there actually might even be a way for me to digitize my magazine and do it through there as well. And Fourth Wall, the good thing about them is they also, even though they have the print on demand side where they print things on demand just like Teespring, but they also allow you, I'm not an artist, so I don't foresee me creating any art and selling it, but they allow you to do that in conjunction with the print on demand stuff, which is really cool. And then again, they have it set up for donations if people just want to donate. If people, they have memberships, which I'm still not entirely sure how that would work, if that would even make sense. But the opportunities are greater. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just wishful thinking, but I do feel like this could start to move my store in a better direction, and I'm sprucing things up, and I don't know. They do also say this takes the first 5 to 7 years before you actually start to see any traction from most online businesses or online stores. And while there are some lucky people out there who do amazing in their first year or 2 or 3 and don't have the worries that I'm having, I am not one of those lucky people apparently, so I have to try extra hard. And I also think this whole 75 hard challenge could help with that too, because maybe it'll help me be more aggressive in my marketing and self promo, in which I'm always hesitant to do because I just don't want to be that person that aggressively markets themselves. But when you don't have a marketing team and you're kind of at a disadvantage altogether, sometimes you just have to be aggressive. And I'm focused on this store because I really think that this change could create a shift. At least I'm hoping it does. And so I'm focused on it and trying to make it the best. Rebranding, relaunch, whatever, I don't know, that I can make it. But I do need to get back to the writing. I am really going to try to write tomorrow and focus less on my story. I'm going to try. I also need to work out how this 75 hard thing is going to work. but there'll be a separate video on that. Anyway, good night. This was, again, longer than this should have been. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi, I might have forgotten to come on again today. Oops. Was I supposed to be working on my outline or editing? Maybe. Did I work on my outline or editing? No, I did not. I was working on store stuff again. I had messed up something. And not messed up. I had forgotten to do something. And so I had to go back on each individual item and input information that I forgot to input, which was a very tedious task and very, very long task to do. So that is what I was doing all afternoon since I woke up, which again, I woke up later than I should have, given that I went to bed at the appropriate time. I want to fix my sleep schedule, but it makes it a little confusing when the earlier I go to bed, it seems the later I wake up. It doesn't really make sense. This might actually prove my theory of I need less sleep. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. But it seems like when I go to bed later, I can wake up earlier. Odd, right? Anyway, I'm actually working on trying to figure out what I want to do. I want to do the 75-hard challenge, but I have to reconfigure it in a way that's going to work for me and my chronic illnesses, and especially the physical aspect of things. And yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment and getting ready for my stream, which hopefully I'm not alone at again. I will be back later. Bye. Okay, just a bit of a break. Well, not a break, an update. I don't know. My brain is not, doing all this stuff for the online store has exercised the part of my brain that has left me tapped out. Seriously. It's not even involving any coding. I'm not doing any coding or anything to set up my store. It's just plug and drop and drag and all kinds of stuff that is very, very taxing on the brain. It's fine. Streams went great. Morgan, Laura, and Anna joined me. Had a good time. We're apparently all doing the 75 hard, either 75 hard or 6-month challenge. One or the other. I have to figure out how I'm going to change it up to work for me. I know in the beginning of this vlog I said something about doing a mix between like a 90-day, but yeah, that's too much to commit to. 75 is already stretching it. But with that said, I am going to go back to, I don't know what I'm doing because we're still backstage. I did work on my pen name outline during the stream because I can't do other internet things while on stream or else I risk aggravating the internet, people. But yeah, that's it for right now. I'll be back later. Bye. I am so sorry, by the way, that there's not a lot of writing in this vlog. I intended to write a lot, but then it's social media week too, and I forgot to mention that I set up some thumbnails last night. I did some social media stuff last night too, and I did some other social media stuff on top of this store stuff today. Posted an interview. It's kind of an admin week. That's what it's turning out to be, and I didn't mean for it to be that. because I need to write, and I wanted to finish my outline by June 1st, which apparently is not gonna happen. But anyway, I'll be back. Bye. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave you. Yes, I have my blanket on because it is a very lovely 58 degrees. Actually, be a little cooler. I would love that better. But anyway, I'm frustrated because I'm just frustrated because I can't do everything I want to do this week, apparently. I want to get this store set up on its new site, and that temporarily means that writing is unintentionally taking a back seat. Not that I meant for it to do that. Theoretically, I could not necessarily have this up by the 1st of June, but then that's just not what I want. I want to start my birthday month with it on the new site and everything. And anyway, I really wanted to write this week, but every time I try to write, I think of something else that I need to do for the store, and then that turns into hours of working on the back end stuff for the store. And I really, really hope it's worth it, because if I do all of this and it still doesn't move the needle, but if the store does not succeed in the end, I'd rather know that I tried my best and gave it all that I have, and I did everything I could. I'm even hopefully going to be able to set aside something to do some Facebook ads or boost posts or whatever that is, just for like a week or something, because I can't afford anything more than that. But just to see if it makes a difference at all. I have to give it everything I got. I'm not ready to let the dream go. I still feel like it can do what I want it to do if given enough of a chance. And, we haven't reached that mark. They say that you give an online business a certain number of years before you start to see some stuff happening. There are people who've had online businesses for many, many years before they saw it start to do something. So I'm not giving up just yet. I want this too badly. I want this too much. I've wanted this online store. Theoretically, if I had the credit and the money, I would rather it be like a brick and mortar store with physical shirts and stuff in the store. But I ain't got that kind of credit, and I ain't got that kind of money. So thank goodness for online stores and print on demand. But this might be as close as I get to having, I've wanted my own bookstore too, but that's separate. I've wanted a lot of things in my life. I also have wanted my own restaurant because I used to want to go to culinary school. I've put that dream to the side, clearly. But, my writing and this is just, I don't know. This is really important to me. So yeah. But I did work on the pen name outline a little bit during the stream. So I did work on some form of writing. How many words I wrote, I have no idea. Because I wrote by hand. But yeah, that's it for the night. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm talking way too long. It's already 4 minutes. Okay, good night. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, You look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great.
Hello, hi. I'm trying to position you so that you won't fall, but okay. As you can see, I went out. I went to the post office. I had some packages waiting for me. And I'll just say thank you, Sky. You are a godsend. And I got some giveaway stuff that I won. And I got stuff from the store. I think we're good for the weekend. I technically don't actually have to leave the house tomorrow, even though I might want to. But I also don't have anywhere to go and don't have any money to spend, so I probably will not go anywhere tomorrow as much as it pains me. And it does pain me. Because then that means I'll be in the house from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I got some work to do. Store stuff, actually. So, because I think I'm ready to go ahead and try to get them to switch the domain, and I'm not sure how long that's going to take, the process. So just in case it takes a long time, I want to go ahead and get started. Because the thing is, I can't see how yeah, it's some stuff that I can't see because I have the products hidden. Because obviously I don't want it, because with Forefall they give you the free customary domain that comes with it. So if I hit publish, it'll be live, and it'll be 2 things that say right to be matters. So I don't want that. So I want to keep the products hidden until I'm ready to switch the domain and hit live and everything. And then I want everything to be kind of right. So I guess my site might actually be down for like a day or so. Because if I switch the domain, well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm getting ready to go in. I'm hungry. I had wanted to get something to eat while I was out and sneak it into the room. But that did not happen because I needed everything I had for the stuff at the store. And, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to put my hair up as soon as I get in because it's hot when it's out. But, yeah, that's it. I'll be back later. Bye. Hello. Hold on, let me angle you a little better so we can meet each other's eyes. Hi. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. It didn't help that hold on. Still not adjusted correctly. Hold on. Whew. All right. And that was too much adjustment. Anyway, it didn't help that both my knees were hurting when I left the house, and my hip was hurting, despite the fact that I took the last bit of medicine that I had this morning. So now everything it just hurts worse. But Sky, SD Haggis, is an absolute angel because she sent me a special gift to my P.O. box. Not only did she send me a crock pot, which Oddly enough, I've never owned one ever in my entire life. I've never even used one. I've watched other people use theirs, but it will help reduce the amount of standing that I have to do in the kitchen to cook. So that's a great thing. But also, she sent me pain pills. They were on my wish list, but she couldn't have known that I was completely out. Like, I had used the last two of the arthritis pain pills. Was arthritis or the muscle? No, the muscle and pain ones. The arthritis ones, I think I used the last of those the other day. I used the last muscle and ache, pain, whatever. I used the last of that one today, this morning. But she couldn't have known that. It was so right on time. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Sky. You have no idea how much both of those means to me. Just, it'll help lessen the pain in lots of ways. But, what did I say I was going to do when I got back? Oh, I said I was going to deal with the domain stuff. Well, joke's on me, because me thinking that they're going to have a 24-hour thing, because it's mostly all virtual and online anyway. Nope. The online people, you have to actually speak to someone online, which is good. I prefer that anyway. But they don't have anyone between the hours Eastern time, between the hours of 9 and 5, Monday through Friday. So by the time I walked, it wasn't 5 when I filmed that last clip. But by the time I mustered up the energy to walk to the house and actually walked here, it was like 15 after 5 when I got back. And then I got settled and everything, thinking that, I had some time. But I did not. It's probably a good thing that I'm most likely not going anywhere tomorrow, because then I can deal with that for the day. I'm all so tired. I really should edit a chapter. I really need to do something writing related. I mean, I did actually type a little bit in my outline earlier this week, but not nearly enough. And I worked on the pen name outline. I really need to work on some writing. But I also really want to get things ready for the online store, and I still have some social media stuff to prep, because that's what this weekend is going to be, social media scheduling. Yay, me. And I need to make some new graphics, because I've taken some of the designs that's on the old graphics. Well, when I transfer everything, some of those won't be there anymore. And then there's new ones that weren't there before. So I need to make some new graphics for my social media, which is probably what I'm going to be working on most of this evening. But for now, I'm going to read a little bit while stretching out on the bed. I'll be back. Bye. Okay. Whoops. Alrighty then. Let's try that again. My hair has gone through some things. Cooking was an ordeal tonight. So, you remember how I said... Oh, really? Sorry. Whoopsie. Remember how I said this guy sent me a crock pot earlier that I got from the post office today? It must have just been the universe, because it came up right on time, because apparently the air fryer oven thing that I have been using, well, it blew a fuse. It blew 2 fuses, actually. That was fun. So it's basically gone. Which is, yeah, that's great. So that's how my cooking night started. And then I had to use the little air fryer that we had in the hotel to fix the dinner because, again, the oven doesn't work. I know, crock pot, but I hadn't unpacked it yet. It's still in the box. And at this moment, I was already cutting up stuff for dinner. So I just needed something right then. And I'm used to making the little air fryer work because we had to make it work in the hotel. So for tonight, that was fine. Tomorrow's dinner that I got is just something we can throw in the microwave and heat up. That will be fine. Oh, excuse me. And so dealing with all of that just made me overheat. And I got really hot. It didn't take me long to get hot. And then I sweat in my hair. So that's why my hair looks a mess. So yeah, that was my ordeal tonight. Now I'm tired. I'm even more tired. I was already tired before I went to cook dinner. So I'm just gonna sit here and drink my ice cold water along with my peach soda and create some more products in my store because I hadn't finished creating all the products that I wanted to create yet. So I'm gonna go do that now because I'm hot. You see, I've changed shirts because I sweated the other shirt through because it was hot. So yeah, that was tonight's adventure. I'll be back later. Bye. Hi. Hello. It is that time for me to say goodnight to you. I need to start editing this vlog. I put the clips in the editor. I just need to actually start going through them, the chatty bits. But oh gosh, I'm sorry. I added some more products to my store. I think I'm gonna stop now. I was trying to just add some of the things that I know I had before in the other one, or the have, because it's still up, like water bottles and some notebooks and things like that. A little bit of everything for a little bit of everything for everyone. But now I need to figure out how I'm going to, because does this count as a relaunch of my store? Yeah, I'll figure that out tomorrow. And then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to curtail this challenge, because on the one hand, I like the idea of the 75 days hard or soft, where you do, just to try to get the habit going, do certain activities for 75 days in a row, but also like, because I wasn't leaning anywhere near the 6-month challenge, because I'm like, 6 months is a lot to commit to right now. But if I look at it as certain things over a 6-month period of time that I need to get done and want to make sure I've completed them at the end of those 6 months. Is there a way to combine these? How do I combine these? Anyway, something I need to figure out, or will figure out. I'm not going to start my challenge until July 1st anyway, so I have some time to figure that out. My store is pressing because I really want it up by the 1st of June. Anyway, good night. Just spoiler alert, there probably won't be any writing tomorrow either, sadly. But if I can get everything done right the way I want it, or at least halfway the way I want it, there's going to be some heavy ass writing next week. Promise. Okay, because all my social media will be scheduled for June. And yeah, I can focus less on this if I get this. Go ahead and get this out of the way. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi. It is not 7 o'clock in the evening when I'm first coming on to say hello to you. Oh, but it is. I've been busy all day working on store stuff. Really hope it ends up being worth it. I mean, it's worth it for me, but I just hope people like the fresh new look. So, fun fact, and all the more reason why I'm switching from Teespring. So, on the thing, when you're switching domains, it says contact, the site you currently have a domain with and have them kind of basically release it, transfer it back to GoDaddy, which is where I bought the domain from, and then go through GoDaddy and sync it up with Fourthwall. So I go to do that this morning, or earlier in the afternoon, really. And for some reason, somehow, some way, on the back end of Teespring, it says that I had no domain linked to the site. And I'm like, well, of course I do. That's how the site is still up. It's still running. Would it be able to run without a domain? Anyway, so I was confused. And then I go to GoDaddy's site, and because I just renewed my domain name at the beginning of May. Because remember, I went through all that stress of trying to figure out how I was going to renew my domain. So I went to GoDaddy, and it said that I just renewed it. It's not expired until next year, because I only renewed it for a year. Normally I do 2, but I just couldn't afford 2. And it said it wasn't connected to anything, and I'm just like, huh? How is that possible? So, tried to call Teespring. I got the no answer, or this call cannot be taken at this time. Whatever, I don't know. Terrible customer service. Yet another reason. So I called GoDaddy, and the guy, he was so kind, wonderful, excellent customer service. So he was like, well, we do see Teespring on there, but then when he tried to go to the store from a different computer, it came back, this site is suspended, whatever. And I'm like, well, I haven't had any trouble going on my site, even from my phone, so I don't know why that is. Anyway, the whole point is it was easier, actually, than I initially thought it was going to be to sync my domain up with Fourthwall, because it apparently wasn't connected to Teespring. Even though when we went through this syncing it up with Fourthwall actually said that it was connected to Teespring. I don't know. Anyway, fact of the matter is, it's now been synced. It's now live. So, yay! Everything is live. I'm on Kate's live stream. Anyway, but now, and I've done some new promo stuff, ads, or whatever, graphics, and I'm ready to start setting up my social media. All of that to say, the site is now changed over. It's live. I have the products on there. I've gone in and arranged them kind of sort of how I want them on the site. I think I did. I had to make sure all the hoodies were at the bottom because it's summertime. And yeah. But yeah, now I'm going to go schedule some social media. The day is not done. I am mentally tapped out, but that's got work to do, and I have to work on this challenge and how to do this challenge the way I want to do. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. I'll be back. Bye. configuration I've set up here, and it's not exactly steady, so excuse the shaking that may happen. But we've reached the end of the vlog now. It's sad to say this week has not been full of writing as I wish it could have been. Trust me, I would have rather been writing. There's been lots of social media prepping. I'm starting the scheduling already now. I have been editing this vlog and it's already rather long. But my online store is, I guess I could say, relaunched on a new site. So check it out. Peruse. Hopefully you see something you like and you'll buy. I worked very, very, very hard on it all week, all last weekend. Pretty proud of it. If you have any ideas for designs for more shirts or products, just let me know. I'll probably do an updated virtual online store tour in the next week or so. And then in that video, I'll probably go into more detail as to why I had hit my final straw with Teespring and why I wanted to switch platforms. And what I like already about this new platform. And yeah, I don't have a lot to say, which is good because I need to keep this ending short. Because I wanted to go back and finish scheduling my Twitter socials. So then all I have to do tomorrow is schedule my Facebook. And then on Sunday, I won't have to be scheduling social media. I can actually just set up my week and prepare for the coming week. Next week, there will be tons of writing. I hesitated because I'm not drafting anything new, so I always hesitate when I'm technically still in the edit. Well, if there's not going to be tons of writing, there will be editing. One way or the other. Work on the books and projects will be done next week because I won't have to deal with social media. I do need to amp up my promotion of my online store. You know, it's fine. I do need to talk about them more. I need to be more aggressive with marketing my stuff. I hesitate about it because I don't want to become that over aggressive, overzealous marketer. I never want to be that person. I don't like that person. So I struggle with marketing myself because I don't want to turn into that person. Hold on one second. But I struggle with being that person. And I struggle finding the line between marketing yourself enough and not overdoing it. But the reality is, I worked hard on this damn store and on these designs in the store. I work hard on my books and the effort that goes into publishing them. Why the hell shouldn't I market the hell out of them? Not overdoing it, obviously, but I'm proud of what I've put out. I wouldn't put out anything that I'm not proud of. Hence the reason why so many other things that I've been working on or want to work on are not out yet, like my podcast. I haven't recorded anything. I've scripted things, but yeah, we're working on that. Yeah, that's it for the week. I'm still reading the same book. Y'all saw how my week went. Yeah. So, with that said, that's gonna be it for this video. If you like what you see and you, wait, steady you. Bonnie, behave yourself. Sorry, it's the name of the tripod. Okay. Because it was shaking and I was losing my grip. on the tripod, so I had to regain control. Sorry. But that's going to be it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more videos from me, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. I post videos on Mondays. I live stream on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as per usual, if you would like to be supportive of me in any of my creative endeavors, such as my blog, my online magazine, my online store with writer merch and new merch at that, becoming a member on my Patreon, tipping me on my Ko-fi, buying my books on Amazon, or reading them in Kindle Unlimited, all of those links can be found in the description box below. And until next time, please take care. Woo, messed that up. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and have a blessed day. Bye.